In a world where dancehall was once dominated by men,
one woman dared to bring color, energy, and raw truth to the stage. And in doing so, she redefined what it means to be a queen. This is the story of Grace Hamilton, better known to the world as Spice. Born on August 6, 1982, in Spanish Town, Jamaica, and raised in Portmore, Grace LaToya Hamilton faced struggles from early.
From homeless to greatness.
From homeless to greatness.
So I'm excited about that.
Right. So let's just remind everyone that you actually used to live somewhere that burnt down in a fire.
I lost my house to fire. When I was younger in Jamaica, Spanish Town, Winter Road. You know, I was just bouncing around with family at the time. I come from humble beginnings. And I tell people all the time, the reason I came here to live in England was because my grandfather sent for me. Because, you know, he was trying to help my mom because it was like 5 siblings of us. And my father died when I was 9 years old. So he wanted to help her with one of the child. And through me, I did look a bright one. I did brilliant from a little.
Really?
So he's like, I'll take Grace and, you know, try to give her a better opportunity. But when I came to England, it was like a big culture shock for me. Everything was just different. But I was coming at the cool and I wonder, which part is me there?
Welcome to the fish and chips world. That's a hard thing history.
Yes.
Mad.
She lost her father at just 9 years old and grew up in a working-class family, where hardship was a daily reality. But even then, Spice had a bigger dream. From singing in her church choir to performing at school concerts, she always knew the stage was calling.
Singing at 6 years old.
Yes.
And you first started in the church.
Mm-hmm.
And your mom wanted you to be a gospel singer.
Yeah.
It didn't quite work out that way.
You're reading an old bio. You're reading a deep old bio. I see.
Right.
Like you're going from the start, from the nitty gritty.
Exactly.
So for me, I used to go to church. We had to go to Sunday school. That is a must. My father, even though he was a Rasta, we always had to go to church every Sunday. So I used to go to Sunday school and I used to sing. But funny enough, music for me started in my house with Professor Nuts, because my father used to love Bob Marley and Professor Nuts. Mm-hmm. And so he used to say, anybody who can sing the Professor Nuts, I get extra dumpling. I used to love dumplings. So, you know, I used to, I remember days when I used to sing and recite Professor Nuts lyrics. And that's why even in the intro to my new album, Mirror 25, Professor Nuts is the one who started it, because that's where my career started. Uh-huh. That's where I fell in love with music, and that's where I started to DJ from Professor Nuts. So it's a whole history when it comes down to how I fell in love with music.
Well, you're already living a hard life. And then at 9 years old, your dad passes away.
Yep.
And then your house burns down?
Yes.
So it's a series of really
It's a series of hardship events. And traumatic. And also, for me, I tell everyone I named this album Mirror 25 because I'm celebrating 25 years. And when I said mirror, it's the things that when you look in the mirror, you're literally mirroring the 25 years and all the pain and the hardship that you've managed to overcome. So my father was the one who pushed me to music. And then I was excited as a child, singing, reciting the lyrics. And then he died when I was so young and I didn't even understand death at the time. I was only 9 years old. I just remember them saying, oh, your father died. And I'm like, what? That means I'll never see him again. And so when he died, because he used to push so much into me that you're a star, you're a singer, you're going to be this person, I continued to pursue that dream and always had it in the back of my head that I'm going to be a singer. So I kept on singing. Eventually, I moved to England because my grandfather wanted to help me, help my mom with one of the kids because, you know, my father died and she was struggling with all of us in Jamaica. So he was like, let me help you. I want to send for Grace.
Her big break came in the early 2000s, after years of hustling her way into the Kingston music scene. Spice caught attention with her bold lyrics, commanding performances, and fearless personality. Her breakout moment, a performance at Sting, Jamaica's infamous dancehall stage show, where she mashed up the place and made the industry pay attention.
Some fresh pumping at the business. John Wall, you not ready for this? Yo, my day to represent the ladies, them straight up. And from one day, I'm noticing some big man go on and them want sex us to be with it. I'ma come here to kill them out in the earth, you know? One job, I'ma done them out. Yo, when they want with the look ticky them. The 30-year-old man, I 60 baby where you 10. Check out the labor ward and the good children. Rise the gun and I maybe kill them. When they want with the look ticky them. The 30-year-old man, I 60 baby where you 10. Check out the labor ward and the good children. Rise the gun, no one post for God. Now I shut up, me bury, me caliber, SMG 6 fire. 10 here with the wire. Marrow of a flyer, me German cougar. Who love that? One drop. When them blaze it up. Me say we ready to take over this man. Yo, when them war with the local ticky them. The 30-year-old man, them on the baby where you 10. She talk the labor one and little children. Rise the gun and then me kill them. Cause when them war with the local ticky them. The 30-year-old man, them on the baby where you 10. She talk the labor one and little children. Rise the gun, low. Now I shut out and me bury, and me caliber, SMG 6 fire. 10 here with your wire. Marrow of a flyer, me German cougar. If you rock back master, Mach 1145, go back, I got 90. Me down to 303 right. Take a bottom, me double more chat, yes, 60, that's a lot. Me poor master, me Thanos, me Matty, take 900. Me midnight special, Calico Bushmaster. Me 3-2 slug, me special and me chopper. You know make it fun, must be a done. Now when they want me, they go. Yo, I want to take time out to big up Elephant Man anywhere in there in the place, you know? Cause from one day everything happening in the business, he might touch it up, you know? So bless him up. But you know, me notice from one day, him got England and a little incident happening. Me not 2 years coming and telling about it. All me life, you know what go on there? Really more than me telling people they what go on. Really never know what go on down there. Huh? But you know me, see what go on. Yo, we can't create reply to them rob him. Now go to England again, them a go rob him. £17,000, them rob him. Look, them never bag him and tap him. The concrete reply to them rob him. Go to England again, them a go mob him. £17,000, them rob him. Look, play down the wall. Him come and talk about caprice. Chisel man is same time him look up in a 4-gun nozzle. He might have done it.
In 2008, Spice would level up again, teaming up with Vibs Cardle for Romping Shop, a controversial but massive hit that dominated dancehall airwaves both locally and internationally.
Really? Listen, everyone grab a girl,
And every girl grab a man.
man to man, girl to girl, that's wrong. Nice, all when and nice, your pussy feel like soda when you're going on the round.
Despite radio bans and controversy over the song's explicit content, Spice refused to back down. Her lyrics were unfiltered, her image unapologetic, and fans loved her for it. But success wasn't easy. For years, Spice fought against industry politics, colorism, and barriers placed on women in the dancehall world. Record labels delayed her projects. Promoters undervalued her worth. She faced endless criticism about her skin tone, body image, and boldness. Still, Spice pushed through. In 2018, Spice shocked the world with her viral Black Hypocrisy campaign, using her platform to spark powerful conversations about colorism in Jamaica and beyond. Around the same time, she expanded into reality TV, starring on Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, where millions more were introduced to the dancehall queen. She launched her own clothing line, dropped her independent mixtape Captured, and reminded everyone. Spice was not waiting for anybody's permission to win. After nearly 20 years of grinding, Spice finally released her debut studio album, 10, in 2021, produced by the legendary Shaggy. The album earned her a Grammy nomination for Best Reggae Album, solidifying her legacy not just as dancehall royalty, but as a pioneer. Today, Spice stands as a symbol of resilience, independence, and raw talent. She fought for her space, and now she's creating space for others. From the streets of Portmore to international stages, Spice didn't just change dancehall. She changed the definition of a queen, Salute to the Queen of Dancehall, Spice. The story continues.